Hi, I'm Zort, and you probably don't know me, but I'm an Ultimate Iron Man with way too much free time on my hands. Equipped with 2k total, over $1 billion items, and an opinion that nobody really asked for, I'm here to share my old school thoughts with anyone who will listen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, Jagex is on a serious redemption arc right now. I was not planning on doing a video today, but I saw this updated Nex Reward blog come out when I was laying in bed this morning. Started doing the scuttlebug when I read it. I was so excited, and I could not help but record a ramble this morning talking about the updated Nex blog. Let me tell you, this is so much better. It's night and day. So I do have another video that'll be coming out later this week that's actually not a podcast. Super excited about that one. Not going to give any spoilers, but let's jump into the Nex rewards right now and just talk about what Jagex is doing to kind of fix the Nex content. In the blog, the first thing they address is power creep, and basically the TLDR of this is that the community has expressed, look, you guys have been releasing new content and shoving the rewards into tier 75, even though they really aren't tier 75 or tier 70 even, for so long. It's time that we start getting some tier 80 content. Like, we get you're concerned with power creep, but you guys have been taking it so slow. Bandos has been best in slot since the release of Old School, since God Wars came out. Same story with Armadillo. It's time. And I agree. I could not agree more. With that said, the updated rewards, and oh my god, I'm so excited. Torva armor. It's here. We got it. Boys, we got it. Excuse me, ladies, for all the ladies watching, we got it. This is so much more exciting than the Virtus armor to me, and that was like my biggest piece of feedback in the first reward blog review that I did, was that we have Ancestral, and to throw in Virtus armor with a niche on Ancient Magic where that's not really useful, it's just kind of boring, to be honest. So we got the Torva armor here, and let's take a look at the Torva armor. It's a little bit different from my understanding of what this was in pre-EOC, or whenever it was originally released. So it doesn't appear that they're adding a special effect to it, which the special effect originally was something to do with hit points, where you would overheal over your max hit points. That does sound very powerful. I'm not totally against that, but they didn't ultimately go with that special effect for this case. So instead, it's pretty much direct best in slot upgrade over Bandos. Let's take a look here at the bonuses. You can see the Torva Full Helm here gives a melee strength bonus of +8. That is ridiculous. Gives prayer bonus, really beefy defense bonuses, and then a small magic and range negative bonus. Torva Plate Body, very similar once again, incredibly beefy defense bonuses with a large strength bonus. To me, I kind of think it's strange that the Full Helm gives more melee strength than the Plate Body. Like, I would like to see maybe the Full Helm give a +2, and then the remaining +6 be distributed between the Plate Body and the Plate Legs, because it's really strange to have the Full Helm better than the Plate Body, and look at this, twice as good as the Plate Legs. And then also, wait a minute, the Plate Legs defense bonuses are like a little bit better than the Full Helm, but not that much. So I feel like I'm good with the fact that they made this a really beefy defense and strength bonus armor. I would just like to see the bonuses maybe redistributed slightly between the three pieces. In my mind, whenever you have a set that's a Full Helm, a Plate Body, and a Plate Legs, the Full Helm should provide the least bonuses, and then the Plate Body the most, followed by Plate Legs just a little bit behind. Just my 2 cents. Regardless, this is a fantastic change in my mind. What they were aiming to do here in the blog, if I scroll down a little bit, is they were aiming this to be more beefy on the defense and strength side than Bandos, but then still not be as good defensively or prayer bonus wise as just this year armor. I think this is a really happy balance between those two. And I think they kind of nailed where it's supposed to be. It fits a niche in that it's in between Bandos and Justiciar in different aspects, right? For defense and strength and stuff like that, it's balanced nicely, but it's not a niche armor set anymore. This is finally an exciting upgrade that we're going to get. When we were looking at the Nex rewards originally, and I was scrolling through the rewards, I was trying to figure out, like, what's the draw here to go to Nex and to stay at Nex? Like, if it's not Virtus, is it really worth staying for the Van Braces? I didn't think so. And now we have a reason to stay. A full armor set is likely going to take a long time to grind out of Nex. I don't foresee it being an easy boss. I don't foresee it being a common drop rate on the boss. So it's really nice to see that we're going to have a piece of group content that is worth grinding out and staying for a while. I think this is set up for success now, and the rewards are giving a reason to stay there. So, all right, let's move on a little bit here. There's no skilling requirements to break down the Bandos pieces. Oh, sorry. So I kind of glazed over an important part here. The Torva is going to drop as broken armor, and then you're going to revitalize it into non-broken armor using Bandos pieces. So there is a Bandos sync component here, and it makes sure that Bandos is not going to be made irrelevant. So if you want to make the Torva pieces, let's say that you get a drop of each of the individual Torva pieces. It's going to take one Bandos component to repair the helm, 2 for the chest, and 2 for the plate legs. Now, on the Bandos armor side, you can break apart the Bandos armor to get components, where the chest plate breaks into 3 components, and the tassets break into 2 components. So if you have one of each of these pieces, a chest plate and a tasset, breaking each one of those down, one of each of those down, is going to give you enough to repair the Torva pieces. One thing that's slightly annoying from an Iron Man side is, like, if you get a helm, well, I guess this is really only an Ultimate Iron Man problem, but, like, if you get a helm or plate legs, and say you only have a chest plate, like, you're going to be left over with component pieces. So you're going to have to hang on to either the pieces in your looting bag or inventory, or I doubt that the Bandos components are going to be tradable, so you'll have to hold on to those in your inventory. Of course, that's just an Ultimate Iron Man problem. Overall, I think this is a fantastic change. It makes sure that Bandos value is going to stay high, it's still useful, and really, I think that it's going to be a long time before we see Torva being something that most people will be able to afford. Okay, well, I stand corrected here. I obviously was so excited this morning I didn't read super carefully. The components are going to be tradable, so my point about having to hold the components in your inventory is irrelevant. We can put them in our looting bag if you're an Ultimate Iron Man. I was literally so excited this morning, I kind of skimmed the blog, and I ran to my bedroom after taking a shower. Yes, I showered first, to record this video before work. So I'm kind of going off the top of the head here, and I didn't read all of the details super down low before recording this. So we're freestyling, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, those are all tradable. Thank you so much from an Ultimate Iron Man perspective. Can't thank you enough. Whether or not this will be storeable in the POH for Ultimate Iron Man, I don't know. I think it would be cool. I think that it's always a nice reward if you can grind out an entire armor set that takes hundreds of hours to grind out, like Ancestral or Justiciar. I think it's a nice reward to be able to store it in your POH for Ultimate Iron Man. I know that's a controversial thing. A lot of the high-level Ultimate Iron Man community would disagree with me. I can see pros and cons for each. That's just my 2 cents. So I wouldn't mind seeing it storable. At the same time, if it's not storable, I'm not losing any sleep over that, probably. Okay, so that covers Torva, I think. We've got the Van Braces down here. Van Braces, their feedback was basically, hey, this looks awesome. So the only tweak that they're making here is that they're lowering the defense requirement from the Zary Van Braces from 50 to 45. That way Zerkers can also use them. Do people still make Zerkers in this game? I honestly don't know. That seems like such a 2016 thing. anyway, I'm fine with that. I want everyone to be able to kind of enjoy the game, and if this is a big upgrade for them and something that will make it more enjoyable for them, I'm all for it. So awesome. Zary Crossbow. This is the next sort of big change. The Zary bow had a lot of feedback. I thought it was a little bit too niche for my taste. I've seen some people on Reddit complaining that it's gone because the AoE sort of Chinchompa launcher effect is no longer a thing, I don't think. And instead what we got is this crossbow. And this, although it's another new range weapon, which is kind of like, we keep getting range weapons. It's a crossbow. It's not just another bow. So I'm happier with this. And this is going to be tier 80. It's essentially an upgraded Armadillo Crossbow. And it has a passive effect where bolts are 10% stronger. So this is additive, not multiplicative. In the same way that like the Kandarin Diary, I think it's Kandarin, affects the bolts proc effect chance. So instead of 20% chance of like Ruby bolts procking, they'll have a 22% chance. 10% of 20 is 2, plus 20 is 22. So there's your additive effect there. It also increases the cap of the Ruby bolts to 110, which is cool. That will be actually pretty helpful for some bosses. And it's 75% chance of spec, and when you spec, if it does not roll a 0 and it hits the enemy, then it guarantees bolt proc. That seems pretty huge to me. I'm curious if that will be effective in the Inferno. It wouldn't be game breaking because it's 75%. That's a lot, but this could be a big upgrade for people that don't have a Bofa or don't have a twisted bow. Do I think it should be used in the Inferno? I don't necessarily like slapping arbitrary effects of you can't use this item on the Inferno, but at the same time I really don't want the Inferno to be cheesable. So I don't know. I would be okay with them not allowing it in the Inferno, but again, not losing sleep over this one. New crossbow in town, blah, blah, blah. Yes, tier 80. Okay, and then the last thing to mention about this one is that this is going to be very useful at Nex, because they revealed that Nex is going to be weak against crossbows. So if nothing else, if you get this as a drop and you're not interested, you could at least keep it until you have farmed out your Torva armor, and then you could drop it after that. Or keep it. I'm looking at all this through the lens of an Ultimate Iron Man. So, moving on. Ancient God Sword here. This one was like kind of the one piece of the blog where I was like, really wish you guys would have done just a little bit more here. Basically what they said is that they were happy with where the Ancient God Sword was at this point. Excuse me, sorry about that. They didn't want it to be super crazy overpowered, which I still think that I would like it to be more useful and more powerful than the God Swords from the other normal God Wars bosses. They disagree, which is okay, but a compromise is that they upped the damage and healing effect from 20 to 25%. So for anyone that didn't watch my first video or wasn't familiar with the original Raids blogs, basically, you can see here, it hits an individual mob with double the accuracy and 10% extra damage if it hits. That's, I think, standard among all the God Swords, or at least several of them. And then if the mob or enemy does not move 5 tiles away within 8 ticks, then they're hit for 25 damage, and the person who attacked them using the spec is also healed for the same amount. So again, it's still really a budget Ceradoman God Sword, and I don't think it's going to be useful. If I get it on the Ultimate Iron Man, it's probably a drop item. I don't know that mains or regular irons will really have a use for it. There'll probably be a niche somewhere, maybe, but yeah, that's fine. It's not the main draw of Nex, so I guess it's okay. And then they've given a little bit of clarification on blood essence. Blood essence is essentially their aim for increasing the ability to generate blood runes for Iron Men, because it's a difficult problem right now. You're basically hopping worlds just over and over again, buying up blood runes. There are no blood packs. Listen, if any JMods are watching this, please, this is great. Love me some promotion of rune crafting. Huge fan. The whole community is a huge fan of rune crafting, as you know. But please add blood packs. Like, it doesn't hurt anyone. It really doesn't. It'd be nice to have both options. Realistically, I don't know that people are still going to go out of their way to craft blood runes with this, even if they're getting the bonus. It'll help. And yeah, I would still like to see blood packs, but again, this isn't even a main reward, so whatever, moving on. And we've got the Nile Shards. Nile Shards have a few different uses, and the primary one, at least I think this is the same as like the crossbow. Where's the crossbow here? I think they said you need them to repair the crossbow. Oh yeah, here we go. 250 Nile Shards to repair. So they're also used for repairing the crossbow. And they can be used with Dwarf Weed Potions at 85 Herb Lore to make a new potion that is, what was it? A boosted magic, prayer, and defense potion. It's a little on the niche side. It's not particularly useful, I don't think. But it will be nice to have a new potion that gives a lot of experience, especially for Ultimate Iron Man. So, okay, cool with that. And then Ecumenical Key Shards. I really liked this one. And this is essentially saying that Nex, and I don't know if the minions will drop these too, but Nex will drop a certain amount of shards for ecumenical keys, where once you've reached 50 of those shards, you can redeem it for one ecumenical key. I love this idea. I actually think this would be a great addition to regular God Wars too. Even if the bosses only dropped like 2 shards a kill, eventually you're getting a free ecumenical key. I think it's really cool. All in all, a huge round of applause to Jagex for listening to the community and for this updated rewards blog. I was not excited about Nex. I was incredibly disappointed with the rewards, and I was really unsure if I was going to even go grind out the boss when it released, which was such a bummer to me. But now, with this Torva armor, I am so excited for this content release. It is going to be a great time with friends. It's going to be a lot of potential exciting rewards to get with the revamp of the armor, the new crossbow, and van braces, all that good stuff. So you guys did it. I'm really, really excited. Thank you for listening to the community. Closing words, or parting words rather. Please consider making the complete Torva set storable, much like just this year. That would be a really cool long-term reward for Ultimate Iron Man, and I think it would incentivize Ultimate Iron Man to grind out this content, which is something really cool for our community. And just redistribute the stats amongst the Torva armor pieces a little bit here. Knock some defense off the helm, throw it on the plate legs. +2, +3 melee strength on the full helm, redistribute the rest across the plate body and plate legs. Other than that, looks great. New video is coming later this week. It's going to be a big one. I've never been as excited for a video as I am for this one. So I hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for watching this little bonus review episode. And what else can I say? Oh, like and subscribe, and leave me a comment about what you think of this new rewards blog. 1, helps the YouTube algorithm for me, but 2, I'm genuinely curious if you guys are as excited as I am after this updated blog and what you think about these rewards. So thank you for your support on the videos, and I will see you later this week with a new big one. Take it easy, stay safe, and I will catch you later.